The autumn wind is a raider, blustering into LV. With a violently song, he sweeps along, destroying the AFC West, baby. The autumn wind is a pirate, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you around and upside down and laugh with AP when the Super Bowl is conquered and won and won and won.
What it be, my nation family? Huge rumors and news surrounding Russell Wilson and our Las Vegas Raiders. That and more coming up on Raiders Rebel Unleashed. So with that being said, let's get unleashed. What it be, nation family? I'm your host, Raider Rebel, host of Raider Rebel Unleashed. Today we're going to talk about Russell Wilson being released by the Denver Broncos. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Russell Wilson is a great fit for the Las Vegas Raiders and why AP, Tom Telesco, and the Las Vegas Raiders would be absolute fools to not bring in the 9-time Pro Bowl quarterback and Super Bowl winning Russell Wilson. 5 reasons why the Las Vegas Raiders would be fools not to bring in Russell Wilson from the Denver Broncos, the 9-time Pro Bowler and former Super Bowl winning champion. Number 5 would love to just shove it down the Denver Broncos and Coach Sean Payton's throat. Being released after 2 years with the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson would relish in the opportunity to play with the defense like the Las Vegas Raiders have, top 5 in my opinion in the NFL, and just going to get better. To play them twice in a year and be able to spank that ass and possibly take this team to the playoffs and maybe even an AFC divisional championship and a Super Bowl title. Number 2. His wife, Sierra, has a show in Vegas that she does. The house is up for sale in Denver, obviously. He was released today. Vegas would be the perfect place. You don't have to fly back and forth to do your shows. You live in a state where you work. Both people are happy. Happy couple. Everybody loves it. Number 3, Rich Gannon. What's Rich Gannon got to do with this? Well, Rich Gannon took the Las Vegas Raiders to the Super Bowl 37. Which he lost to his former coach, John Gruden, who was traded in the middle of the season to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Should have an asterisk next to it, but not my problem. Bill Callahan didn't change the playbook at all. John Gruden knew everything we was going to run, and once again, spanked that ass. Ridiculous Super Bowl. It was sad to watch. I thought I was crying just thinking about it. Rich Gannon come to the Raiders in 1999, led the Raiders to 3 straight AFC championships, and like I said, took them to Super Bowl 37 where they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Coach Gruden. The man played his best football when he came to the Raiders. The last 4 years, the man didn't have a great career before he came to the Las Vegas Raiders, but when he came to the Las Vegas Raiders with the all-star receivers, Jerry Rice, Tim Brown, kind of the same scenario right here, right? I mean, Trey Tucker, Devontae Adams, Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, Josh Jacobs if he comes back. I mean, kind of the same scenario. We have the offense. We don't know about the offensive line, but that can easily be fixed. That's not a problem, especially with the assistant coaches and the former head coaches we brought in on this coaching staff. That is definitely fixable. Number 5. Jim Plunkett. Jim Plunkett didn't have a great career. Played for 2 different teams. Was drafted by the Patriots. Also played for the San Francisco 49ers for 2 years. But in 1978, came to the Las Vegas Raiders and was backup to Kenny Stabler for 2 years. The Raiders in 1980 then drafted Dan Perini, who went on to break his leg in week 5 of the NFL season, and Jim Plunkett got his opportunity where he never, ever looked back. Jim Plunkett and the Raiders went on to become the first wild card team in Super Bowl history, and Plunkett was named Super Bowl MVP. He then led the Raiders to Super Bowl 18 title after 1983 season. The 4-time leading passer in Raiders history, won 2 Super Bowls with the Raiders, was 32 when he came to the Raiders, and once again, like Rich Gannon, had his best seasons with the Raiders as their quarterback. Reason number 3, his contract. Russell Wilson's release was partially dedicated by a trigger in his contract that guaranteed his $37 million salary for 2005 if he was still on the roster by March 17th. In cutting Russell Wilson, the Broncos are on the hook for $85 million in dead cap money as a result of future guarantees accelerating onto 2024 salary cap. Reason number 1. Wouldn't it be nice for Russell Wilson to come to the Las Vegas Raiders on a vet minimum $4 million? The Donkeys would have to pay his $37 million contract while he whoops that ass twice a year for as long as he's with the Raiders. Possibly takes us to an AFC championship and a Super Bowl. Wouldn't that be sweet for Russell Wilson and for our Las Vegas Raiders? Also, AP and the Raiders are looking to emulate the success of the Kansas City Chiefs. How do you do that, you ask? Well, I made a video. Go check it out. On the Raiders looking to emulate the success of the Kansas City Chiefs. By doing that, you bring in a veteran quarterback, Alex Smith, and you go draft a top 15 quarterback, a la Patrick Mahomes, let him sit for a year under a veteran quarterback, and you end up winning 3 Super Bowls. The Raiders are looking to emulate that exact same success by bringing in a veteran quarterback, which would be, in my opinion, Russell Wilson. It's a no-brainer. $4 million if he comes in at vet minimum. The Broncos pay his contract and watch him and the Raiders whoop that ass twice a year and possibly go on to the playoffs and Super Bowl. You bring in Russell Wilson. You go draft Jaden Daniels, which I don't know. Go check out my video on the statistics that say you should not draft Jaden Daniels in the first round at all. In the first round. Go check out the video. Just saying. I don't know. You bring in Russell Wilson. You go draft a top quarterback in this year's draft. J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix, Spencer Rattler. Take your pick. Let me know in the comments below who you would pick. I know Raider Nation is all hyped on the Jaden Daniels train because of him and his connection with AP and Marvin Lewis and the Raiders. I mean, it would be a great fit. But if this statistic is right, he's just going to be another bust like Jamarcus Russell, and it is not worth trading 3 picks, the whole entire franchise, AP risking his whole entire coaching career on bringing in a kid that might not work. I mean, if you bring him in, let him sit for a year or 2 under Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson does good, then it's a win-win situation. AP brings in another key player like he did with Jack Jones, and the Raiders go on to make history. Let me know in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, you're a diehard Raiders fan. Thanks for sticking around. Think about sacking that thumbs up. Give me a Mad Max kick on that subscribe button. And if you're vibing with this content, like always, tickle them noties. Lets me know you're vibing with this content. You want to be notified when new content is dropped. As always, my nation, much love. Raiders.